Hey Premier Planet, Justin Barlow here, and I'm here to fill you in on all the happenings that took place this last Saturday night at our 240th studio taping. As always, a big thank you to everyone out there in the Premier Planet who came out to Woodstock to celebrate another milestone taping with us. And for those of you who couldn't make it, we know you joined us in spirit, and we thank you as well. We opened the evening with a one-on-one match. Jose Acosta, the associate of the tag team champions, taking on Not Bad Chad in one-on-one action. Jose really looking a little bit more vicious than usual in this match, looking to make an example out of Chad, but Not Bad Chad. Do not let looks deceive you, folks. The guy loves to dance, he loves to party, but he can wrestle. And as you see from the footage here, Jose trying to roll up Chad. Chad rolls through, and he's able to perform a bridge to get his weight across Jose's legs. Jose can't escape, and Not Bad Chad picks up a pinfall. But as Chad is celebrating his victory, out comes the Science Marcus Smith. And Marcus Smith had some rather unflattering things to say about Not Bad Chad. He called him a disgrace to the wrestling business. Said all of his dancing and his boogieing and partying down, they were a disgrace to this industry, and the Science Marcus Smith really wanted to make an example out of Not Bad Chad. But Not Bad Chad comes through again, and he is able to float over the Science Marcus Smith, put his weight across Marcus's shoulders, and Marcus, just like Jose before him, could not escape. Not Bad Chad picks up back-to-back pinfall victories at PPW240. Following that match, one-on-one match, Slick Willy, whose stock has really been rising here in Premier Pro Wrestling since his debut a number of weeks ago. Slick Willy, again, another student out of the Premier Academy, took on El Mero Mero Iniestra, one half of the PPW World Tag Team Champions, Iniestra in this match, though, at the very end, a very impressive feat of agility and strength. Willy had the size advantage in this match, but Iniestra able to deliver an Iniestra bomb and pick up a pinfall victory. That took us into our next match, one-on-one. Connor Corr, the self-proclaimed feminist and sportsman, took on the Bone Dawg, Bryce Akers, another young man whose stock has really been rising here in Premier Pro Wrestling since his debut out of the Premier Academy. And at the end of this match, despite Connor's best efforts to make a fool out of Bryce Akers, remember these two have an on-again, off-again rivalry, so Connor Corr, any chance he can to humiliate his opponent in the ring, but to no avail. Bryce Akers, the Bone Dawg, is able to perform a leaping springboard sunset. Look at the height he gets off that springboard, and he rolls up Connor Corr for a pinfall victory. But this wouldn't be the last time we saw Connor Corr, because in the next match, Connor was in the corner of the Russian assassin, this masked man, apparently another Soviet sympathizer that Connor Corr has dug up. And the Russian assassin went one-on-one with Skye Blue, and of course with Connor at ringside. Connor tried to assist the Russian assassin where he could, but watch the footage here. Skye Blue is able to gain a pinfall victory. Look at that bridge that she executes over the Russian assassin. Skye Blue picks up the victory, but Connor Corr, trying to get the last laugh, jumps in, attacks Skye, but together with the Russian assassin, Skye Blue is able to escape. They try to go for a double clothesline. She performs another back bridge and gets out of dodge, so Skye Blue able to fend off an assault and walk away with a pinfall victory and rub a little bit more egg in Connor Corr's face. And then following that match, folks, it was time for our not one, but two big championship main events for the evening. And here's the other kicker, folks. In both of these matches, Anakin was a challenger. He was not only going to challenge for the tag team championships, he would try to dethrone the five-time champion, the symbol of excellence, Matt Vine. The first matchup was Anakin versus Vine for the richest prize here in Premier Pro Wrestling. It looked like Anakin had the first fall in the bag, but Anakin falls hard on his knee and hyperextends and hyperextends the knee, and Matt Vine, like a shark smelling blood in the water, goes on the attack, really working on Anakin's injured knee, and thanks to a figure 4 leg lock, Matt Vine is able to pick up the first fall by way of submission. But during the rest period, the referee and Premier COO Randy Ritchie tended to Anakin, and Randy decided that even though Anakin was saying, let's go ring the bell, he could not continue to compete in his condition, and the match was thrown out. Therefore, your winner and still PPW World Heavyweight Champion is the symbol of excellence, Matt Vine. But Anakin's injury now meant that Chase Gosling was going to have to go it alone against the tag team champions. But Chase really coming out of the gate at the champs. He is able to pick up the first fall by way of pinfall on his own, thanks to a few mind games thrown at the champions earlier in the matchup. But during the rest period, Sensei sneaks in, delivers a low blow to Chase. This allows the champions to get an unfair advantage going into the second fall, which they were able to obtain. When Chase went for a monkey flip on Sem in the corner, he left himself open, and that's when Iniestra snuck in. Iniestra was the legal man at this time. He snuck in, and thanks to having his feet on the ropes, Iniestra picks up the second fall and ties the score in the match. But here's the big story, folks. In the third fall, when all the marbles were on the line, Anakin hobbles down to the ring, gets in Chase's corner, puts his hand out, and asks Chase to tag him. Chase obliges. Anakin enters the match, bad knee and all, but not far behind him was Jose Acosta, Anakin's former tag team partner. Remember, Anakin and Jose were once tag team champions together before Jose aligned himself with Iniestra and Sensei. As Anakin went to spring off the ropes, Jose grabs the injured ankle of Anakin and puts more torque on that knee. Anakin goes down hard. We're going to roll the footage so you can see for yourself these events that transpired at the close of this contest.
Here are your winners and still Premier Pro Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, Iniestra and Sensei.
So with an outside assist, thanks to Jose Acosta, your Premier Pro Wrestling World Tag Team Champions retained. Still around the waist of Iniestra and Sensei. Anakin, bad knee and all, tried to get into the match to help Chase, but unfortunately that bad knee proved to be Anakin's downfall. And here's the other story coming out of this match, folks. Chase helped Anakin to his feet, but then promptly pushed him back down to the mat. Chase Gosling obviously very angry over the turn of events, maybe even feels like Anakin cost them the titles by coming down with a bad knee. Obviously, Chase Gosling, we don't know where his head is at this point, and we also don't know where Anakin's knee is at this point, how much damage was done in the World Heavyweight Championship match against Matt Vine. That brings us to this Saturday night, folks. Big news for this coming Saturday. First, after Skye Blue was able to dodge an assault by Connor and the Russian assassin Corr has now challenged her to a one-on-one match, and we are going to crown a new #1 contender for the PPW World Heavyweight Championship, who is going to face the champion Matt Vine the very same night, one week this coming Saturday. And here's the other kicker, folks. The number one contender will be decided by way of an over-the-top rope battle royal, but that's not all. In 2 weeks' time at PPW242, we are going to crown a 2019 Challenge Pro Cup champion. The Challenge Pro Cup is on its way back to Premier Pro Wrestling, and this year, as it has been every year in the past, we've had special stipulations in these matches for the Challenge Pro Cup. This year, the participants will compete in triple threat matches, and the matches will be decided by the order of elimination in the number one contenders battle royal. So, if you're eliminated early, if you're eliminated late, if you're eliminated in the middle, who knows who you're going to end up with? It all depends what order you go out over the top rope. That's going to decide your place in the tournament, and obviously the winner of all of the triple threat matches in 2 weeks goes on to be the 2019 Challenge Pro Cup champion. Remember last year the champion Chase Gosling won that cup whilst holding the PPW World Heavyweight Championship. We'll see who walks out of 2 weeks from tonight with the Challenge Pro Cup. Premier Planet, again, if you haven't already done so, check us out all over social media, and make sure you go to PremierProWrestling.com, click that on-demand link, and start your 2-week free trial of PPW On Demand today. We will see you folks out here for another exciting night of action in the Premier Studio this Saturday night.